Hey there, I'm super pumped about this video. I just wanted to give you a more real-time sneak peek into what the heck has been going on at Learn Grant Writing because we move really, really fast. And sometimes I forget that we should actually tell you all the new great things that have been happening. So first off, the platform has really started to move towards self-actualization. So my vision and dream all along was that Learn Grant Writing would be a platform for multiple experts, not just this talking head you see on YouTube or whatever, right? I want you to be able to tap in to the experts of many because no one person can know it all. And so that's happening, which is super sweet. We have 6 coaches in the community group, which I'm super proud of. We have an advanced coaching call that is just rolled out, and that's really fun because then we can get really nerdy about advanced questions. And we are building out an advanced training called phase 6 and 7 in the journey. Phase 1 through 5 are in the collective, and then 6 and 7 are the advanced training to get you to 100K in revenue so you can join that 5% club that breaks the 6-figure mark. Then how to build your business to a 250K a year consulting agency, if that is what you want. And if it's not, what that looks like as an advanced grant writer, including a training on how to write and win federal grants. Yes, those are beastie. Okay, so all that's happening, feels super good. We also have several new bonus trainings that are in the pipeline that are coming out from other experts. We found this woman that is a total boss babe when it comes to like operations and systems, and she's building out a grant administration training, which we plan on releasing in June. So I'm super pumped about that. Can't wait to see how that pans out because that's something that comes up a lot for our smaller nonprofits where maybe you're the grant writer and you're managing the grant, right? Ooh, the other thing I'm really excited about is releasing a writing training so that you can become more confident and literally more skilled in writing well. It's a common fear that we'd hear, like, I've never actually been trained in writing, I don't have a lot of confidence in my writing, I haven't really done a lot of it lately, etc. And I don't blame you. Honestly, I don't even know how I got into college. I could not write a 5-paragraph essay, okay? And even when I graduated college and I wrote a lot of philosophy papers, my writing was still pretty shaky. So it is something that takes truly putting in time and effort, but where do you start in terms of learning how to be a better writer? Unfortunately, 3 of the unicorns in our program approached us about this, seeing as well that this is kind of a common theme that was emerging, and they have put together this robust 8-module training on how to write better. And what's cool about it is that they use the content that is very fundamental to your success in the program, learning how to do a power prospectus, a funding strategy, and a grant narrative, and they give you a sample case study that you can use to produce those documents, and then you grade yourself against basically like, here's the rubric of how you did, and you can really see how is my writing, where do I need to work on improving it. And the other thing that's sweet about that is that then you have literally writing samples, which is helpful because a lot of times, really whether you're landing a new job or freelancing without any prior experience, they will ask to see writing samples. Don't blame them at all for wanting that. So you will now have artifacts for that conversation. Okay, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that another dream for me, like in my soul, is to get the unicorns together, to have a retreat, right? And originally I thought that'd be here in Alaska, and then that is now no longer an option. Then I was looking at, can we do it in Hawaii? And that's still possibly an option, but there's a lot of COVID restrictions that are just making that a little bit logistically almost too big of a headache for us to want to tackle that. And so that really leaves us kind of back at the drawing board. So if you know of any really sweet locations that are pretty easy to get to, have sort of, I don't know, have more of a like a Girl Scout camp vibe, but also good internet, right? And we know we can get good food there, or at least can cater it in, whatever. I mean, I'm open to anything, totally open to anything. So if you have any ideas on that, please throw that in the chat box because it is something that we're starting to think about. I cannot promise when we would roll that out, but it's something that I think is really important because unicorns are meeting up anyway, like in small groups. Like, oh, there's 3 people in North Atlanta. They all met up and had coffee. Super cool. Like those regional meetups are happening organically, which is rad. But I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do we do this on a larger scale? So still working on that. Okay, and then what else? Oh yeah, so we realized that we were getting a lot of emails about people trying to find grant writers, and I was trying to manually manage that, and it was just way too much because we have basically so many grant writers in the program now that I can't always remember who has what expertise to make that referral. So we ended up putting up a page on our website. It's like a super MVP, minimally viable product called learngrantwriting.org/hire a grant writer. And we wanted to see, would people use that to find one of our grant writers? And it turns out they do. They like it. It's actually the #1 ranked website page for hire a grant writer, the search term. We're outperforming Upwork, Freelancer, all these other actual heavy hitter websites, which is so sweet. I love being a disruptor. And we're not monetizing that at all at this time. Haven't really figured out how to crack that code, and I just don't have time and energy to deal with it. But what we are doing is revealing out this new process where our members that have hit 15K in revenue, so I know you have tenacity and grit and you've at least done several, you've done a handful of projects to stand on, they can apply to be listed on that page. And right now they just get then literally the referrals from the experience, and it's not like there's no take or anything. So pretty excited about that. That's something that we're definitely kind of toying with, maybe in 2023 being something we actually would try to build out to provide a better experience for people that are looking for grant writers to get matched with really good grant writers that we train. But again, there's only a few of us, so can't do it all. But that's cool, and it's moving forward, and I feel really good about it. Basically, the last piece I want to add about what's been going on, literally, actually, the house just made a little bit of a sound and a shift, and it sent just a moment ago, and it sent this sort of anxiety through my skin. And the reason is that I won't be filming in this location in the future. You can go watch a video. I'll link it below. Essentially, the other tiny house that I was using as an office had a gas leak explosion. Yours truly was in it. It was a very traumatic experience, though I am very blessed to be okay. The explosion went out the foundation, the fake foundation, and not up into the house. So the fact that I'm alive, it's a bonus for all. So you can go watch that whole video. I'm very vulnerable and honest about the whole experience. I literally walk you through it. You can see everything that happened. But even before the gas leak explosion happened, and I think it was really just like the universe being like, hello, what do we have to do to get your attention? It was this aha that was emerging through the winter, being like, the way we live our lives as a culture in a modern way is not working. We're all freaking burned out. We're not actually doing all the things we want to be doing. We probably don't really feel very healthy. It's just off. And we're trying harder and harder and harder, and it's not getting any easier. And that just led to this, it is leading to this very deep introspective journey of what does it take to not just change habits, like, yeah, sure, your phone notifications are off, but how to change behaviors and literally how we work. And so I'm experimenting first with how to do that within our team. We're at this point 3 full-time people, and then the next 9 are part-time. Trying to figure out how we do that. Our first experiment has been doing Deep Work Wednesdays, which has been so awesome. No Slack, no email, no meetings, no calls, just a deep work project, which is, if you're a grant writer, you can appreciate when you need to write a narrative, you need nothing going on. You just need to be able to access deep work. So that's been fun. I'm going to keep experimenting, tinkering with it. If you're curious about that process and want me to be sharing it more, please add those comments in the comments below so that I know. And I'm totally happy to share more of it in an outward-facing way. And then once we start to figure that out, we'll be bringing that out into the collective and sharing what we've learned so that the unicorns can start implementing it into their lives. Okay, the last bit is we are standardizing our pricing. So I'm a big fan of the Trader Joe's model where what you see is what you get. Like, it's not this whole department store crap where, you would never buy something at full price at a department store because it'll be 80% off, I don't know, in summer, off season. So instead of having a discount for those that pay their year membership up front, I've just made it the same because it's just more fair and equitable. Everyone's circumstances are different, and I don't think you should be punished for not being able to pay something up front. Like doing month to month is totally fine, right? What's the difference? So that's been good. It just feels good to simplify everything so it's super streamlined for all of us and for you especially, because I just want to be fair and equitable. Okay, what else? Let me look at my list. Well, I think I'm just going to recap because that's a lot, right? So we have the platform is totally self-actualizing with the expertise of many. We've rolled out these advanced coaching calls, which feels so good. I'm loving that. We have 6 coaches in the community group. They answer your questions within 36 hours, so you're never left hanging, which is awesome. What else? Oh, we're building out that advanced training for phase 6 and 7. It's amazing. It's for the advanced grant writers. Those then can apply to get listed on our page. Totally sweet, right? We're in the early stages of figuring out the retreat, how we want to do that. I think right now we'll have that open to everybody, whether you're in the collective or not, so stay tuned. And then just the awakening that we're all going through about, be it COVID, be it just life in general, how do we live more full, joyful, slower, intentional lives? And I look forward to sharing that with you. Okay, so that's pretty much the update on what the heck we've been doing here at Learn Grant Writing. Hope you find that update helpful. If you have any questions, ideas, comments, please just add them below. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. Okay, thanks friends. I'll catch up with you later. See ya.